thought I'd have to set boundaries with a child I'd known since he was 9. John and I have been friends for 15 years. We met in college, two awkward freshmen who bonded over bad coffee and worse study habits in the library at 2 a.m. When his son James came along after the nightmare with his biological father, I became aunt. I babysat a few times when John needed a break. Took James to movies when his dad worked late. Watched him grow from a shy, wide-eyed little boy into a quiet, thoughtful teenager who could quote entire episodes of his favorite shows and still got excited about new Lego sets. He's kind, intelligent, gay, which he came out about last year. John handled it with such grace and love that I was proud to be the steady gay presence in James's life when he needed someone who just got it. Then something shifted. It started small, almost imperceptible, staring a beat too long, lingering too close when we passed in narrow hallways, brushing against me accidentally when he reached for something. I chalked it up to teenage awkwardness. He just turned 15, hormones raging. First crushes, nothing to worry about, I told myself. He'd always been an affectionate kid, hugs that lasted a second longer than most, leaning against me on the couch during movies, normal, innocent, until it wasn't. One afternoon, John was in the shower. James and I were alone in the living room, TV on low, casual conversation about school and video games. Then, without warning, he reached over and started rubbing my crotch. I jumped back like I'd been burned. Whoa, he flinched hard, looked terrified. I immediately lowered my voice. Men yelling scares him. A leftover scar from what his bio dad did. Hey, it's okay, but that was not okay. You can't touch anyone like that, ever. It makes people uncomfortable. He mumbled a tiny sorry and left the room without looking at me. I made an excuse and went home. I should have told John that night. I didn't. I told myself it was a one-off. A confused kid testing boundaries. A mistake born from trauma and curiosity. I didn't want to blow up his world over something that might never happen again. I didn't want to be the person who made James feel even more broken. But it happened again. Subtle, at first. Pressing his body against mine in tight spaces. Accidentally sitting so close, our thighs touched. Staring at my mouth when I talked. Lingering hugs that felt different now. I started keeping distance. No more casual hugs. No more sitting on the same couch. No more being alone with him if I could help it. Then came the grope in the hallway. I left. Again. I couldn't ignore it anymore. I called John the next day. Asked to talk. Alone. He invited me over for coffee. I sat at his kitchen table, hands shaking around the mug, heart hammering. I told him everything. The staring, the brushing, the hallway press, the living room grope. John went still, face pale, eyes wide with horror. He didn't speak for a long minute. Then, voice cracking, I believe you. Relief hit me so hard I almost cried right there. He cried instead. Quiet, broken tears. Said James had never shown anything like this at home. He thanked me for telling him. Said he didn't blame me for waiting. Asked if I wanted to cut ties. I said no, not yet. I said James needed a gay role model more than ever. Needed to know he could be loved without it being sexual. John nodded, tears still falling. We agreed, supervised visits only. No more babysitting. No more being alone together. John asked if I'd talk to James with him present. I said yes. James came home from school, saw me, froze. John asked him to sit. Told him I'd shared what happened. James burst into tears. Immediate, violent sobs that shook his whole body. John stayed calm. Asked if he wanted to explain. James choked out through hiccups. I thought, if I didn't, you wouldn't want to be my friend anymore. My heart shattered into pieces. He thought affection had to be repaid with sex. Thought that's how men worked. Thought if he didn't offer, I'd take. Thought he'd lose me if he didn't. We talked for over an hour. Consent, age, power, friendship, love that doesn't require bodies. He kept asking through tears, do you hate me now? I hugged him, hard, held him until he stopped shaking. No, I love you, always be your friend. But we need new rules. No touching, no alone time. Therapy more often. And you talk to your dad the second you feel confused. He nodded, still crying, but calmer. John cried too. We ended with a plan. Weekly therapy back on. Clear boundaries, open communication. I still see James. Supervised, short visits, movies, arcade, ice cream. He's careful now. Respects space, still asks questions. Normal ones. About boys, about dating, about sex. I answer honestly, age appropriately, without flinching. John thanks me every time I leave. I tell him he's doing the hard work. Some kids get hurt early, some never recover, some do, with help, with patience, with people who stay. I stayed, not because I had to, because I love him, because someone has to show him what safe adult love looks like. No strings, no demands, just presence, and the promise that he's worth protecting. Even on the days it's hard, especially then.